You're listening to The Granite Discourse, a New Hampshire-based podcast with real discussions. Be sure to subscribe on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. And for early access, subscribe to Patreon for just $1 a month. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
We're rolling.
All right.
Brian Cole.
Here we are.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
So how things going?
Things are going very well.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been going crazy, but yeah, it's been busy.
Yeah.
I'm on 2 committees up at the Statehouse. I'm on Ways and Means. I'm also the vice chair of housing. So January and February, I was up there 4 days a week. I come home, let the dog out, and then I was back out the door, going to a GOP event somewhere.
Yeah.
So, I've been everywhere.
So how many events are you doing a week?
Oh, probably 3 or 4 at least.
Yeah.
That's a minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
A
doing
lot of traveling.
A lot of traveling.
Yeah.
But I'm having fun, being well received everywhere that I'm going, and people are liking my messaging. So
when you were here last time, that was just before you announced.
Yeah, we were just getting ready. Yeah, it was quite a bit ago.
So how are things in contrast to then now?
I think we're much more settled in with our messaging and everything like that. We've got that all down, and now it's just getting name recognition out there.
Mm-hmm.
We all have them all signs in. We got almost 500 sign locations ready to go out. Just wait for the ground to thaw.
And so now you're out there talking to people.
Yeah.
And what are the things that you're hearing from people, the biggest concerns that they have or what they're looking for in a candidate?
Yeah, it's like affordability. Everything's super expensive right now.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's all tied to energy.
Yeah.
So my energy message plays very well into that.
And you're talking about nuclear.
Nuclear, yeah. I want to finish. The second station for Seabrook was approved, but we never built it. So
How long ago was it approved?
Mid-'80s.
Really?
Yeah, we just never built number 2.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's already approved. So that's why it wouldn't take long to put those small modular reactors there, because the infrastructure is already there to handle all that power. We just never did it. So now it's time to do it. New Hampshire payers are paying like 30% more in electrical rates than the rest of the country. It's not good.
So these are smaller reactors than what we have in Seabrook now?
Seabrook produces 1,240 megawatts. Each small modular reactor produces 300 megawatts. But you can stack them. They're stackable. So you could put 4 of them there.
Mm-hmm.
And you'd be able to double the output of Seabrook.
And they're safer.
Way safer. Yes, way safer. And they'll use the rods from the old reactor.
Okay.
There's 2 types of uranium. There's uranium-235 and uranium-238. Uranium-235 is what Seabrook runs on.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only 5% of the rod. The other 95% of the rod is uranium-238.
Now is that the waste?
Yeah, that's the waste. They can use the waste from Seabrook to power the new nuclear power plants.
So they don't have to store it underground somewhere?
No. No, and there's enough energy there. If you had 4 reactors, it would last 100 years.
Wow.
100 years, and what you end up with is medical grade nuclear isotopes, and then the rods turn into platinum, an inert material. So there's no radioactivity or anything like that anymore once they're all used up.
What is the risk of, like, everybody's scared of nuclear meltdowns when you hear about...
These don't. They don't. The reaction
meltdown.
stops right away. Yeah, they'll implode on themselves. They stop.
So what is it about the old ones that don't stop? Do you know?
It's the fission.
The fission?
Yeah, the electricity, the way it's being produced and everything like that. This uses uranium-238 is much more stable than uranium-235.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's why they can do it.
Well, that sounds like a no-brainer.
It is kind of a no-brainer, and they're doing it all over Europe, so we should be doing it here.
What's stopping us?
Well, actually, nothing really stopping us. I've been going around talking about this for 6 months now, and nobody was talking about it when I started the campaign. Now even the governor put it in her State of the State address, so she's talking about nuclear. She directed our energy department here for New Hampshire to contact the Department of Energy, so which they did. In the next few months, hopefully we'll be having the Department of Energy up to New Hampshire to do a summit on nuclear energy here. The idea is to have New Hampshire be the host state, the host state for the power. So we have cheap power here. We can sell it to our surrounding states. But another part of that is we need to get off the ISO grid too.
The ISO grid.
Yeah, it's not good for us. It's bad deal for New Hampshire. New Hampshire's footing the bill for other states. That's why our rates are so expensive.
Is that ISO New England?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, can you explain what that is?
That's the grid.
That's the whole grid.
That's the grid for New England, yeah.
And where does the majority of that power come from?
Well, I could tell you a lot of it comes from Quebec.
Okay.
And then about 40% of the power that's produced out of Seabrook goes out of state.
Okay.
So we keep 60% here.
Okay. So that would allow us to get off of that, produce our own energy, and sell it to the neighbor states.
Yes. That's what we should be doing.
But we haven't been.
We haven't been. And we believe savings up to about 24% in your electrical bill.
Really?
About a quarter of your bill. It's a lot of money to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's you feeling the pinch in your pockets with our energy rates here in New Hampshire. It's kind of crazy.
So you're helping advance this in the Statehouse?
I am, and I went to Washington last fall. I met with the Department of Energy because they were doing the same kind of thing over in Michigan. Michigan has basically almost a retired plant, and they're using the spent fuel, putting in SMRs next to that plant in Michigan, and they're going to produce power now.
What's the lifespan of like the Seabrook plant? What's the average?
I mean, I don't know. As long as they keep replacing the rods and stuff like that.
It can keep going?
Yeah, it can keep going.
But they have one that, you just said that there's one that's almost a retired plant?
Well, I consider retired. It's like 40, 50 years old. It's getting up there in age, you know?
And ours is how old?
Ours went online in 1990.
Okay, yeah, so it's almost 40.
We're getting there, 35, 40 years old now. Yeah.
Yeah, you would think that things have come a long way since then.
Technology's come a tremendous amount of way, and it's super safe. It's the cleanest, most reliable, safest energy we can possibly produce. It's nuclear energy.
So how far out are we from using that?
If we got it approved, we start putting any plants in forward, you're talking probably like 5 to 7 years. They wouldn't build it there. They ship them in on tractor-trailer trucks. They're built off-site.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who builds them?
I don't know. Whoever one of the big companies are, I don't know who produces them.
But they bring them in, plop them in.
Yeah, that's it.
Huh.
It's kind of crazy.
Could you do it in multiple sites in the state, or are we only approved for like that one site?
Oh, you could do it multiple sites in the state. New Hampshire changed their laws that you only need site approval if you're not tapping into the grid. That's why we need to get rid of that ISO grid. Because one of my plans was I would love to see somebody like Google or Meta or NVIDIA build an AI plant up in northern New Hampshire. You know, their economies have been decimated up there. The logging industry really doesn't exist anymore. But if you put Google up there and they had their own nuclear reactor up there on SMR, the data centers take about 200 megawatts. The other 100 extra megawatts will be enough to power the whole northern part of the state.
So those
easily.
Those data centers, what are those primarily used for?
All the computers and the AI and all that artificial, it takes a tremendous amount of power.
Mm-hmm.
But in the state of New Hampshire, we would allow them to build their own reactor.
Yep.
And go direct right into it.
And that way they're not driving up.
They're not driving up our energy costs or anything like that.
Because that's one of the biggest fears about them.
Yeah. Well, that's why you do it that way.
Huh.
And I talked to Google, and Google's like, well, we need between 800 and 1,000 acres. I'm like, that's no problem. There's plenty of land up north.
Yeah.
No problem at all. So they would basically build a whole city, build the plant, build whole housing, do everything.
Wow.
It'd be pretty cool. And it would bring a lot of money to that area, which would be really, really nice.
Yeah, there's not much going on there.
There is not a lot going on up there.
What kind of pushback are you getting on this?
I'm not getting any.
None. Not even on the other side.
No, I haven't. I'm waiting for it. But like I said, I'm going on 7 months talking about this now, and it's being well received from everybody. I think everyone's more accepting of nuclear today than they were 30 or 40 years ago. You know, a lot of the arguments are gone. Oh, I don't want that in my backyard. Well, it already is, right? It's already there. You know, there's a bunch of waste stored there. We can use the waste to produce new power.
They store it there?
It's stored at Seabrook, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, the spent fuel is all sitting right there.
I thought they sent that stuff out to the desert somewhere.
Yeah, good luck high scoring with that. No, they're in cement vaults out in Seabrook. So
they can tap into that and start.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's next level stuff.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. The other half of the equation with energy is the Jones Act, which actually the President of the United States just put on suspension for 2 months because of the war in Iran.
Yeah.
Gas prices. What the Jones Act is in the 1920s to protect American shipbuilding. They said that only an American ship with an American crew could transport those fuels from port to port in the United States. Well, we don't have any American ships anymore. They're just not building them anymore. So right now, like something that transports natural gas, it's going to go from, say, Jersey up to Greenland. You have to go to a foreign port, then you need to come back here.
Just to transport them?
Instead of just going up the coast and putting it into Portsmouth.
Oh, wow.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So when I get elected to Congress, I would ask for a permanent exemption for the state of New Hampshire from the Jones Act, just for that reason. Nice. Yeah. You know, natural gas is 50% of our power here in the state of New Hampshire. You know, the nuclear is your baseline, and then when it's hot out and everyone's using air conditioning, you know, it's natural gas is producing the rest of the power that's needed.
Nice.
So it's expensive.
So you were in Washington last fall?
I was in Washington last fall. Yep. It was pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve was telling me a story about you being down there. You guys went down there. And
yeah.
Were you there when Charlie Kirk was assassinated?
Yeah, I was actually having lunch with Congressman Ginta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were sitting there, and Steve was like, "Oh my God, Charlie Kirk just got shot." I'm like, "What? Come on." Yeah, so we were down there when that happened. It was sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah, he said that security locked the place down.
Oh yeah, everything got locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God we were done most of our stuff. We were flying back.
It's wild.
It is. It's crazy.
So how have your travels been?
Good. Put a ton of miles on the car.
Yeah.
Meeting all kinds of people, but I'm having fun. I'm having a blast. I don't mind doing it. I don't know. Nobody's going to outwork me in this race. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been, I'm really having fun seeing all the GOPs and, being a 2-term state rep. And I was the chairman of the Manchester Republican Committee in 23 and 24. So I did all the trainings. We did weekly trainings for an hour every single Friday for 12 weeks. Mm-hmm. And we did it throughout the whole state. So we trained all the state rep candidates in the state with these trainings. So I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people in a lot of the counties and everything like that. So it's a nice edge too.
Doing that in the past, how do you think the midterms are going to go as far as the state of New Hampshire goes with our state reps, state senate, governorship?
I think it's going to be a tough year. But if you get Kelly at the top of the ticket, you got Sununu or Brown at the top of that ticket too, I think that's going to draw a lot of Republicans out.
Do you think you're seeing more people get mobilized?
I think so. I'd like to hope so. That special election that just happened in Carroll County was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
But again, that was a municipal election and the notoriously bad turnout for voting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just notorious.
And the one in Berlin, I mean, the Republican won, but the Republican won by single digits.
Yeah, it was not a lot.
Yeah.
It was close.
So, and I didn't know that until going into this, that Republicans don't really perform well during special elections.
Yeah, just the midterms can be tough.
Yeah.
But if Trump can fix the economy, which I think he's done and do, I think it's getting better. Just once this war is over and the oil starts flowing again, I think the economy is going to really, really, really take off.
I heard about a ceasefire potentially today.
Well, they said that they wouldn't bomb any of their energy facilities for 5 days.
Yeah.
But I still think they're taking out their silos and all that kind of stuff too. But they're not going to attack their energy infrastructure if they can come to some kind of agreement.
Yeah. How long do you think this will go on?
Hopefully not too much longer.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to see us to get in a prolonged war out there.
Yeah.
But this is something that's had to happen for years and years and years. 47 years that country held the world basically hostage with all their terror. Number one sponsor of terrorism in the world. They killed 32,000 of their own people this year.
Yeah.
For protesting.
I haven't watched.
Come on.
I haven't watched a lot of the news.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen, like national news, I really don't pay attention to. I don't have cable TV or anything like that. So everything I learn is basically on X feeds and internet news, and so I mean I've been focused on state politics more than anything. And then out of the blue, we're attacking Iran. So
yeah, we don't want them to have a nuclear weapon.
No,
for sure.
Well, the idea is that we don't want anybody to have nuclear weapons anymore. I mean, we're the only ones that use nuclear weapons, and they're pretty devastating.
Yes, they are.
And once people start using them, it's
over.
It's over.
Game over.
Yeah, there was a book I read called Nuclear War that came out a couple of years ago, and basically the book is based off of like one nuclear weapon coming from North Korea and hitting California, and then Russia and America just
go at it.
Yeah. And I think within an hour we're a nuclear holocaust or something like that. Some crazy amount of time. And it's not something that you want.
No.
But in regards to Iran, like my view on it is, I mean, I voted for no new wars, what Marco Rubio came out and said when it first happened, I think was probably the most honest thing about Israel going, and they were going to go ahead with the attacks either way. If we didn't get involved, we probably would have had a lot more dead Americans than we have right now, but we still have 13.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. And I wouldn't want to be one of those 13 families.
No, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
You actually took a trip to Israel this past year.
I did. I was there in December.
Yeah.
Yeah, before all this really started happening.
What were some of the things that you saw?
The trip was Judea and Samaria. So that's known as, people, we call it here the West Bank.
Yep.
We don't want to call it the West Bank anymore. We want to recognize Judea and Samaria as part of the Israeli state. And the reason why is they're basically two hilltops. I wouldn't even say a mountain, not like we have here, two hilltops, but you could shoot like a rocket from those hilltops into Jerusalem. I could see Jerusalem with my naked eye. It's that close. So it's a very long, thin country. So they want to take those lands. They want to protect those lands and make sure they're part of Israel. So that's what the whole trip was about. But I went to Jerusalem and everything like that. I went to the old Temple Mount where, I'd say 80% of the Bible was written, a lot of highs and lows there. So I'm a very even keel person, but like going to the Holocaust Museum, I was low. We went to the Nova Musical Festival where September 7th happened and all those kids were killed.
October 7th.
Oh, October 7th, yeah. And like 300 kids killed. It was awful. It was terrible to see all that. And somebody shared their story there. So that was a low. But then again, I got to go through Jerusalem and walk the path that Stations of the Cross like Jesus did. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of interesting. It was kind of a highlight. We went to the old city of David, which they're unearthing right now. That was pretty cool.
They're unearthing it?
Yeah, they found the ancient city of David. So they're excavating it right now. They're in the process of uncovering it all. We were actually it was kind of cool. We were in a cistern. It was huge. You probably could have put easily 100 people in this thing. It just had 2 holes in the roof because they held them for water and stuff like that. But when there wasn't water in that, they would use it as a jail. They put a ladder down there and make people just sit down there.
Oh, really?
And there was no way to get out. Huh. So there was a hole in the ground. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, a lot of religious sites. We went to the Knesset, which is basically their parliament. We met with their president. So that was cool. Yeah, got to see how they function over there in their government.
Did you meet, was Huckabee the ambassador at the time?
Huckabee was the ambassador, but at the time the government was in a shutdown. So he wasn't allowed to go out and do his ambassadorial things. Mm-hmm. And then one highlight was kind of cool. One of the tour guides, he goes, "What's your adventure level on a scale of 1 to 10? He was like, "You a 6? I said, "No, I'm a 10. I said, "I'll do whatever." He goes, "All right." He's outside the hotel at 9 o'clock. I said, "Okay." So went outside the hotel. We had 2 Jeeps. And we went into the Judean desert. We drove into the middle of the desert where there's no electricity, no running water, no nothing. And we ended up in a Bedouin's tent. And we negotiated a goat deal. We bought 10 goats to give to local farmers back in Israel.
How much did they cost?
$400 a goat. So goats go for.
Oh, really?
Yeah, $400.
Seems like a lot of money for goats.
Well, that's what they go for. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was an experience that not a lot of people have. So I get to say I negotiated a goat deal in the middle of the Judean desert.
There you go.
With a Bedouin.
How many days did you spend over there?
It was quick. We were just there 6 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was go too. We did a lot in a short period of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw a lot. It was pretty cool.
Are you a religious man?
Yeah, I'm Catholic.
You Catholic?
Yeah, I believe in God.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty good experience for you.
It was an excellent experience. Yeah. It was moving. Yeah, I didn't think it would, but there's an energy there. I don't know how you describe it, but you could feel an energy there.
I've never been. One of my brothers went there, and he said that it was one of the most beautiful places he ever been to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Like the old Temple Mount and everything like that, the stones and everything have been walked on so much, they're almost like polished.
Really?
Yeah, it's old, man. It is old.
Yeah.
You could tell it's old too. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know how they built it. I don't know how they moved those huge piles of rock, but
yeah,
they must have had some kind of system to do it.
So, what do you think you learned the most over the last year since I've seen you last?
Oh, the campaign?
Yeah.
I just learned to talk and getting my shtick down, my points and everything like that.
You think you've loosened up and gotten,
I'm comfortable with what I'm talking about now, I know enough. When you're first learning it, trying to remember all these facts and figures and everything like that. But once you say it a couple hundred times, then it just kind of rolls right off the tongue. So that's been good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I'm meeting a lot of people and I'm being well received. I just got a good endorsement by a guy named Bruce Breton.
Yep.
Down in Windham. And he's President Trump's point man here for New Hampshire.
Nice.
So that's a pretty good endorsement, I think.
Yeah.
So he's going to help me out a little bit.
You said the biggest thing that you hear about is affordability.
Yeah, affordability.
And what do you think the next thing in line is?
Jobs.
Yeah.
So as far as jobs go, we changed our right to try laws here in the state of New Hampshire last year. So we said if you have 3 or 4 months to live, you have every right to try any kind of experimental treatment it is to save your life. So because we changed those laws, we now have the best laws in the country for that biotech industry, right? So Representative Kesselring wrote a bill. I wrote a bill. They both passed the House. They're going to be going to the Senate shortly. Crossovers like in another week. And then we get those bills passed. That industry is very interested in coming and doing business here in New Hampshire. We already have a bunch of companies that are actually looking for land, and they plan on moving up. But I mean, it's a huge industry. If we get that industry here, it's a $126 billion industry. That would double the state's business.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that big. It's that big of a deal. There's a company called Epibone down in Manchester. They're actually growing human bone right now. So if you had a bone deformity or you had a cancer in a bone or something like that, they can grow your replacement bone with your own stem cells and put it in your body.
With your own stem cells?
With your own stem cells. And then beyond that, they can grow your cartilage in your body now. So say you were running your whole life and your knees are shot, they can grow your cartilage back in your knees instead of you having knee surgery.
Wow.
If you blew out your rotator cuff, they can grow your cartilage back in your rotator cuff and fix without having major surgery.
Wow.
And they're doing it.
They're doing it.
They're doing it right now in New Hampshire. Yes. Company's called Epibone.
And this will help them expand?
This will help them expand. Yes. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing what they do. I mean, their whole attitude is in that biotech sector, it's looking at age-related diseases, Alzheimer's, diabetes, all that stuff. Well, their whole attitude is we're going to prevent you from getting it in the first place instead of treating it after you get it.
What do they think?
Like say you had ovarian cancer in your wife's family.
Yeah.
Her grandmother had it. Her mother had it. She's probably going to be prone to having it. They can treat you so you don't get it in the first place.
Wild.
It's that kind of stuff.
Wow.
That's next level stuff. There's one company over in Germany right now that they put nanobots in your body and it attacks the cancer cells. And it's stupid. It's like 98% effective.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's somebody we would definitely want to talk to. If you can cure a cancer in New Hampshire, you're going to be a pretty popular place to come.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I think New Hampshire's a great place to be located for this industry too, because you get your treatments here, and then you're 45 minutes from the best hospitals down in Boston and everything like that. You do your recovery down there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would love to see New Hampshire be the brain trust for this industry.
Do you know what kind of recovery is entailed with that type of?
Oh, I have no idea.
No.
I suppose it depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right? So, but it's all next level stuff. I mean, this is the future, and it's happening right now. So, all those companies right now, they're in Cambridge, Massachusetts. So in order to do the testing right now, they got to fly out to Montana. They can't do anything in Massachusetts.
Oh, really?
Right. So all that industry be like sucking a straw.
Right. Because of the right to try laws?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, bring that whole industry up here. I mean, all those people are making huge money.
Oh, Maura Healey's going to be so pissed.
Well, there's no income tax in the state of New Hampshire. Screw Maura Healey. There's no income tax in the state of New Hampshire. I mean, all those guys, that'll save them tons and tons of money in their paychecks.
Wow.
It's a lot of incentive for them to come up here. So that's another one of my things on my platform. I think it's pretty important. So job creation and affordability with the electricity. And then my third thing is I just want to secure the northern border.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got those 58 miles of Canada. And it's basically an open field. There's no fence. There's no nothing.
Now, has that changed at all under Trump?
No.
So
I want to secure funding when I go to Washington to secure our northern border.
Why are they neglecting the northern border?
It's just not talked about like it is on the southern border.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're catching criminals all the time.
Have you gone up there recently, or you went up? I went up
there last fall,
and you were up there last.
I actually talked to the guy today because one of his ideas, this is interesting, was to get a retired U.S. Air Force drone and just fly it back on the 58 miles.
Yeah.
So I was actually talking to Senator Brown about it. He's like, well, I know a guy that does the surplus stuff. I'm like, all right. So the conversation is actually moving forward a little bit. But yeah, we get a retired U.S. Air Force drone, just fly those 58 miles back and forth, and you'd be able to patrol the whole area with just one person.
Yeah, because there was a guy that was arrested in, was it Derry? And he was from, I think, Colombia. And he had been convicted of killing like 5 people. and I think he came through the Canadian border.
It's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the pot is coming across the border. It's going down to Lawrence, dividing up in Lawrence, taking it down to New York, and they're getting the fentanyl and the cocaine. That's what's being trafficked back up through New Hampshire into Canada. So that's the cycle we want to break. We don't want that crap in our state.
No.
No.
Kills a lot of people.
Kills a lot of people, and it's dangerous stuff.
Destroys a lot of families.
Yep.
There's been a lot of families in New Hampshire destroyed by that stuff.
Yep. And it's not, that's the human trafficking that's going on up there. The illegal immigrants that are coming across the border. It's all going to stop.
Yeah.
So I don't think it would cost a lot of money to really beef up our presence up there.
What do you think about the ICE policies that are going on right now? Rounding up the
I
illegals.
believe in enforcing the United States laws.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have in your backyard, an ICE agent or a murderer, rapist, pedophile, drug dealer?
Mm-hmm.
That's your choice if you don't want ICE. That's
If
what's
you-
going to be here.
If you had an amnesty bill that came forward, would you vote for it?
Amnesty for what?
For illegals that are here? Like, let's say they haven't committed any laws other than breaking the law to
I think
come
that
here.
they need to be here legally and go
Yeah.
through the process in order to become a United States citizen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what needs to happen.
So we shouldn't go back and just let wave a wand and say, all right, you're already here.
No, absolutely not. Do it the right way.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that have.
Yeah.
There's a pathway to do it. They tell you how to do it.
Yep.
Do it. Yeah, that's how I feel about that.
Last time I asked you about the Federal Reserve. Have you looked into that at all?
I have not looked into it.
You haven't?
No, but I know you want to audit Fort Knox.
Yeah. No, you want to audit Fort Knox. I want to audit the Federal Reserve. I doubt there's any gold in Fort Knox.
Yeah.
We should look. We should peek in the door and see what they got.
I'd be curious.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people ask.
Well, just as
I can't remember the last time it was opened up, but it was a long time ago and inventoried.
but with spending and the affordability being one big issue with Americans, a lot of that comes back to inflation. Inflation ties into printing money, which goes back to the Federal Reserve.
Yep.
Printing the money. I mean, if you go by the Constitution, it should be Congress that's minting and coining our currency, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wondering if you had looked into that at all.
No. But I mean, like here in New Hampshire, we balance our budget here in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
It should be able to be done federally.
Yeah.
When Newt Gingrich was Speaker of the House under the Clinton administration, they balanced the budget
Yeah.
all those years.
I talked about that with John Sununu because he was actually a congressman at the time.
Yeah. So, I mean, it can be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it should be done.
It should be done.
Absolutely.
It should be run on the federal level just like it is in the state level.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's criminal that it's not.
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean, look at the fraud and everything like that's out there that the Doge found, or what's going on in Minnesota, $9 billion in fraud.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy money. Imagine what happens when they start digging into California.
Yeah.
What do you think the fraud is like out there?
So what committees are you going to try and get on when you get to Washington?
I would love to be on Ways and Means.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd let a freshman on Ways and Means, but I'm on Ways and Means now for the state of New Hampshire. My background is economics and finance, and I also have a degree in accounting. So that's Ways and Means deals with all the taxes and all the revenues and all that kind of stuff. And when they're talking about it in committee, I'm basically writing the equations in my brain. I'm just thinking about it. Oh, this is how we can do it. This is how we can solve it. This is the problem with this, the problem with that. It just comes very easy to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd love to be on that. If I couldn't get on that committee, probably commerce. Commerce is fun. That's kind of in my wheelhouse too. With my business that I owned all those years, did importing and stuff like that. So,
do you ever look at what's going on the federal level with your background and just have any ideas of where the biggest fraud or the biggest problems are in federal government?
Well, I just think it's people taking advantage of these programs.
Yeah.
Or illegal aliens taking advantage of these programs, taking the money that's earmarked for Americans. You know, it's just not right. And there has to be some kind of oversight there.
Do you think there's any systemic fraud where like the people that are kind of creating these programs are taking advantage of them?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
I mean,
Yeah.
self-serving.
Very. Well, I mean, look at Pelosi, right? She shouldn't be allowed to trade stocks while she's in freaking government. She's like gajillionaire now.
She's very good at it.
Yeah, that'd be one thing I would stop at the federal government. Not allowed to just trade stocks while you're a congressman or a senator.
Well, how would that work? Like, I'm sure you got a 401k, right? Would that be different?
I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know how their salary works. I've always been self-employed, so
Yeah.
yeah, I never really kind of looked into that kind of stuff.
I guess there's a pension that you get when you're a congressman for a certain amount of time.
You have to serve 3 terms. You have to be there 6 years. And then, you get your salary for the rest of your life and health insurance.
Would you accept it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say so. I've paid my dues. Especially 4 years up here at the Statehouse. You don't get paid anything to do it. You do it because you want to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So since you run for Congress, you're not running for re-election in the Statehouse, are you?
Nope. Can't do both.
Can't do both.
So, yep. Be running for Congress. June 3rd, I'm going to sign up. That's when the filing period starts. And, I feel good about it. The last 2 congressmen came out of Manchester. It was Ginta, then it was Pappas. Now Pappas is vacating the seat.
Yep.
Our district is an R+1 district, so it is a Republican district. It can be won as long as we can turn out our voters and get people engaged.
The lead in the Democrat side is Shaheen, right?
It's either going to be Shaheen or Maura Sullivan. Maura Sullivan's got a ton of money, but she's like the quintessential carpetbagger. She tried to win like in Chicago or something like that. It didn't work out for her there, so now she's trying to steal our seat here.
Huh. She's
one of those people, yeah. And then when it doesn't work in New Hampshire, she's probably going to go to another state and try to win an election there.
Yeah.
Yeah, complete carpetbagger. So, and that doesn't fly with New Hampshire voters.
No.
I think probably end up being Stephanie Shaheen would be my opponent. And there's plenty to pick on her about. So, yeah, we'll talk about different opposite sides of the spectrum. She's about as left as left can get. So, she doesn't mind boys and girls sports or boys and girls spaces and all that kind of stuff. She wants an income tax. I mean, come on,
Do you think New Hampshire will get a bill that protects girl spaces this year? I mean, we passed it last year, just got vetoed by the governor.
Yeah, it did, and we sent a bunch more her way.
Yeah.
So we'll see what she does with this next set of bills. They did quite a few of them. There's like 8 or 10 of them.
Really?
So she can pick the one that she likes the most, hopefully, and get at least get something passed. But I mean, that's important.
Yeah.
No father wants a boy in their little girl's locker room.
No.
Sorry. That's just reality. I don't care how you spin it or what you want to do. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think has been some of the more exciting legislation you've seen get through this year?
Well, the bio stuff is huge. Like
I
said, if we can get that stuff going, that's been a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of learning on my part. And then I did another one called TPL, third-party litigation financing.
What?
It's called third-party litigation financing. So it's when 2 people have a lawsuit and a third party finances the lawsuit.
You were talking about this last time.
Yeah. So what the bill says now is just it's stopping foreign governments from coming in and involving themselves in our lawsuits. So we don't want China and Russia paying to be part of a lawsuit so they can be part of discovery during that process. There might be sensitive information that the lawyers pass back and forth that we don't want other countries to know.
Foreign governments can get their hands on it.
Correct, because they'll be part of discovery because they're part of the lawsuit now. So we're putting that guardrail out and saying, no, China and Russia cannot involve themselves in our lawsuits and screw with our legal system.
Huh.
Yeah, so we want to put that roadblock in. And that's basically what this is kind of a weaned down version. Before it had to do with not letting anybody finance it, or at least you had to disclose who it was. But the most important thing is putting the guardrails on for the foreign entities that we just don't want them in our court system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They screw with enough stuff with us already, so...
It's crazy. That's allowed. Like a foreign government can interject themselves.
Yeah. You get $100,000. It's going to cost you $100,000 to prosecute a lawsuit. They come up with the money, they back it, and then they become part of discovery, and they get to see all the material. Sensitive.
That's in every other state too.
Huh?
That's in every state. Every other state.
There are about half the states in the United States now have passed some form of TPLF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is movement.
This is something I would do federally.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Not allow foreign governments to involve themselves in our lawsuits.
That would probably be pretty popular, I would assume.
Yeah, that's...
Have you talked to other people in Washington about this?
Yeah, I talked to the insurance industry. It affects them the most.
Yeah, I bet.
Because, I mean, it ends up being like a tort tax to you at the very end.
Because it jacks up our rates?
Because they're steering the lawsuits towards litigation instead of trying to settle the lawsuits. So that's why you get these inferno verdicts of $20 million, $22 million, because somebody else is trying to make money off of your lawsuit.
Yep.
So, Yeah, it's just wrong. It's predatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just hurting everybody, and it costs you probably 15 to 20% in your insurance premiums. That's what it basically boils down to. It's a lot. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of pressure. So,
what do you think of the Maha movement?
Oh, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never vote for a vaccine mandate when I'm in Congress. Will not happen. There'll be no repeat of COVID-19.
How do we keep it from, because what gave that vaccine all the power was they were actually tamping down things like ivermectin and other treatments. They had to make sure that there was no treatment for COVID-19 so that they could push this vaccine and give it immunity under the, there was an emergency use authorization act. I believe that's what it was. So is that how you would approach eliminating?
I would not vote for a vaccine mandate, period.
Yeah, but it would be the federal government that would authorize it.
Authorize what?
The use of that vaccine under an emergency declaration.
Yeah. I don't think people should be forced to take it.
No, I don't either.
I mean, that's one thing that really bugs me about the ACLU. Where the hell was the ACLU during COVID-19 when nurses and doctors are losing their jobs because they didn't want to take the jab?
Yeah.
Where were they? Ghost town. But they're supposed to be for civil rights. But, no, we're going to make you do this. That's crap. So I lost a lot of respect for the ACLU during the COVID-19.
Well, it seems like they pick and choose lately on what they want to represent.
Like it does, yeah. And that's crap. It's supposed to be for everybody. All those doctors, all those nurses.
And they used OSHA, too.
They used everybody.
Yeah, they used OSHA to push that on private employers. Anybody with over 50 employees, they were going to try and force to get the vaccine.
Really?
Yeah.
It's just overreach. It's way too far.
And now there's no repercussions for people that were injured by it. And there are people that were injured by it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they didn't test it.
I've been posting more stuff about COVID-19 because it's been 6 years and nobody talks about it anymore. It's like it's just disappeared.
People have short memories.
There was one press conference. I can't remember what it was. I think it was on a foreign stage. But everybody's getting up on this stage to have a press conference, and then just before the cameras start, they all start putting their masks on. So it was all for show.
Yeah.
It was all for show.
Yeah.
And it was the biggest abuse of power we've ever seen.
Oh, absolutely. And then it caused massive inflation because you stopped the economy and you pumped a crap ton of money into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why you had 17% inflation.
Yeah.
Stupid. It was ridiculous.
And that's on what they count for inflation.
Yeah.
They don't count fuel. They don't count food. What was it after that? I mean, everybody says food has doubled.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But as long as you keep reducing energy prices, then things should calm down. Not going to go crazy expensive like they have been.
And audit the Federal Reserve.
And audit the Federal Reserve. Yeah. And so it's a lot to look at out there.
Has there been anything on the federal level that you've learned? Something that you didn't know before you decided to run?
No, not really. I think it mirrors the legislature in New Hampshire quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I would know how to function in that. Something I beginning to tell people too is like, I'm the only legislator that's in the race.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that knows exactly, or I shouldn't say exactly, I'm always learning, but knows what they're doing. Day one, I'm going to be able to go down there and I'm going to be able to do it. So that first year you're a state rep, there's a fire hose of information being shoved down your throat. It takes you a good year to at least get your feet underneath you.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a big learning curve. So, I mean, I think it just gives me a huge advantage.
Did you go to Congress in D.C.?
Did I?
Did you visit?
No. I'm going down to speak to them at the end of June. I'll be speaking for members of Congress and members of the Senate about the biotech stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. The American Health Institute right now only gives 1% of their budget to study aging. I'd like to see that expanded.
Now, is that in, like you're testifying or?
Well, I testified on the bills up here. I'll be testifying before the Senate, but going down there, we're going to be talking to these people about this industry and how it can help Americans and everything like that. Americans shouldn't have to leave the United States in order to get these treatments. They're doing it everywhere else in the world. They should be able to do it here in the United States. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot about those laws and the longevity community, they kind of call it.
So you'll be approaching people individually?
Oh, I'll be talking to. Oh no, like I'm talking after Newt Gingrich, as a matter of fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gonna be Newt Gingrich, and then it's gonna
And
be
then
me,
you?
and then me talking. Yeah, right. How's that for a setup? So my speech better not suck. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
He's a little long in the tooth these days. I think he'll do fine.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are you looking forward to in this next year?
Well, winning the election and getting my staff together and getting down to Washington and do some good for New Hampshire, because certainly knows that none of our other delegates have done anything.
What do you think your approach will be to win this election? Is it going to be more boots on the ground, social media, or a combination?
That's going to be everything. Yeah, it has to be everything. But like I said, I'm going everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm doing as much as I possibly can. You know, we have tons and tons of sign locations. So, I mean, now we're starting to put those up across the city now.
Are you doing primarily Republican events?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We really haven't done any real bipartisan stuff. No, it's just pretty much the GOPs and getting to know the groups and everything like that. Going to the different counties, attending their events, trying to support their events. So yeah.
Local businesses?
Yeah. We've been doing some coffee shops and stuff like that. Try to drag a bunch of people in.
Yeah.
Create a little bit of business for them. So I was just in the North Country last week. I was up in North Conway. That was nice. A place called the Lobster Trap.
Yep.
So, I mean, they probably had 30 people in there.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's good for that little restaurant in the middle of winter. Had all that business come in. That was good. I was pretty well received up there. They grilled me pretty good up there.
Did they?
Yeah, they got me. They grilled me good.
On what?
But I answered all the questions, though. Oh, just a variety of stuff. Yeah. Nothing too specific, but they had lots of questions, which is always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want a dead audience.
But you answered them all.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another advantage of being a state rep. You know what's going on. You have a pretty good idea what's happening, how things are moving, and yeah. And, you know, we can see it in Concord that there's a disconnect between Concord and Washington. You know, all our federal people are Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
They're not talking to each other. They're not talking to the state. And they're certainly not doing anything for the state. So I want to see that happen.
So is that stifling growth in the state from not having, like, if you have a Republican Statehouse and Democrat representation in Washington, that relationship?
It's not the greatest.
No.
So I think a lot more could be done. Like, I would love to see Route 101 expand to the other side of the state. New Hampshire is awesome at building north-south roads, but we're not so good at building east-west roads. So, like, they're talking about all the housing and bringing industry and stuff like that. If 101 was finished all the way to the other side of the state, you'd open up all that land. That would be a big boon, and it would help out the other side of the state, too. You know? Yeah, the western part.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I would like that takes federal dollars, right? You're talking hundreds of billions of dollars in order to build a road like that. That's something you have to do federally. And that's the kind of stuff that I would pursue. I would try to get on the energy committee so I can push this nuclear stuff along. You know, those are my priorities. Priorities are the things that are going to help out people in New Hampshire.
What is your strategy to bring in independents? Because that makes up the largest portion of New Hampshire voters.
I think my messaging is, I think it's pretty bipartisan, right? Everyone's, like I said, everyone's feeling the pinch in their electric. So, I mean, both sides, everyone feels that. If you can fix that problem, that's going to go a long way. Bringing good paying jobs up into this area, that's going to go a long way. And I think just being reasonable, and I'm pretty middle of the road. You can look at my voting record up in Concord. I'm pretty middle of the road. Yeah. So, you know, I think I believe in what's right.
You've done some door knocking in Wolfboro recently, right?
Yeah. I tried to help him out. Unfortunately, he didn't win his race, but I hope he runs again this fall, because I think it'll be a little bit different. Like I said, the municipal elections are notoriously bad for voting. So,
what was the responses you got when you were knocking on people's doors?
Oh, very friendly. Yeah. I've been doing it so long in Manchester, it doesn't bother me at all anymore. You know, and people are. It's a 5-second, 10-second interaction.
When you do it in Manchester, do you just do Republicans or do you knock on independents?
I knock on every single house.
Even Democrats?
Yep.
Every house?
Absolutely.
Really?
There's 2,300 houses in my Ward 7, and I can knock it in 6 weeks by just doing maybe an hour a day, an hour and a half a day, not killing myself. And I'm not running around. I'm just strolling along, knocking on doors. And yeah, I usually do my ward twice. Well, I'm not going to be able to do that now. I'm going to have this whole half of the state. But, so I won't be doing too much door knocking. I'll be putting a lot of signs out, but this time I won't be able to do too much. I want to help the guy that's going to be replacing me in Ward 7 for state rep, the Republican candidate that we have. So I'll probably knock Ward 7 with him just to introduce him to people and help him get his signs out and help get known a little bit.
That's good.
Yeah, get him on his feet.
Do you know who it's going to be?
I don't know yet. No, I don't know yet. But we have somebody in mind. As long as he commits, then yeah, I'll help him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just show him the ropes, how to do it, and introduce him to a bunch of people.
What has it been like as you're traveling around, right? I think I kind of asked this earlier before, but have you seen a change? Like, are people more worried about with this war coming up that we're getting into here?
People really haven't talked about it all that much on the campaign trail.
No? It's still pretty fresh.
It is fresh, and I hope it's not prolonged. But we do need regime change there, because if you don't, it's going to be the same crap all over again. So that is the goal. Hopefully they can get there. Be nice. We'll see what happens in these next 5 days.
Hopefully there's a resolve to it all.
I mean, we've obliterated them.
That's one thing.
Their navy's gone. Their missile silos are gone.
Well, somebody was telling me, the threat of Iran, but my response to that is like, we wiped out their leadership in like a day.
Yeah.
Like, how big of a threat have they really been, you know?
And you haven't seen the sun anywhere. He hasn't made any public appearances or anything like that.
I wouldn't.
No kidding, right? Yeah, they're all scared, as they should be.
Yeah.
I mean, but the fact that we took out all their airfields and then we just completely wiped out their whole navy.
We really wouldn't have to worry about any of this if we become energy independent.
This is true, but it is a world supply too. So kind of world economics going on there too. So 20%
comes through the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, it's pretty significant. I'd love to see the United States take that island that's out there. They're talking about just take it over. Yeah, you'd be able to protect that strait.
I suppose.
So, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's why they're sending those Marines, 2,500 Marines over there.
That was 5,000.
Is it 5,000?
2,500 Marines and 5,000
sailors.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2,500 and 2,500, so it's 5,000 total.
Well, but hopefully they're going to take over that island. They can secure that island, and they have a base of operation where they'll be able to protect the strait from now on.
Yeah. I just hope the optics of it all doesn't cost us midterms.
I hope not either. That's why I'm kind of hoping for a quick resolution to it. Because once the oil starts flowing again, gas price is going to drop way down. It'll be back to what it was. So right, we're feeling a little bit of a pinch right now, but it's not going to last.
Hopefully.
Yeah. But, I mean, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, air superiority. They just keep wiping out their leaders. You're next in line. Well, you don't want to be next in line. Yeah.
So how's it been driving around the state in the wintertime?
Miserable. I swear to God, every time I come up here, it's snowing. It seems like.
Was it snowing today on your way?
It was snowing on my way up here, but the roads were fine.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad. It looks like you guys got some recently, huh?
We got like 2 inches yesterday.
Okay.
And then it rained, so it got really heavy.
Yeah. I don't mind shoveling rain.
Well, the snow's very heavy.
I'm sure.
It's going to melt this week, so I didn't even really bother with it.
Yeah, it's supposed to get nice.
But I mean, they said we were going to get close to a foot of snow, and if we did get that, we probably wouldn't have any power right now.
Oh, really?
Last year, because I mean, if you look at my driveway, there's a bunch of trees down in the woods area.
Yeah.
And like 2 years ago, around this, I think it was the first week of April, we got that big storm, knocked out power for like 3 or 4 days. Like we couldn't drive up north or south on this road here.
Well, that's not good.
No, we were pretty much locked in for a couple of days. Huh. We have a generator and fuel, so
that's good.
But that was the same type of storm we got yesterday. Just we got a lot more snow, and then we got rain on top of it.
That makes it heavy.
New England weather.
It is New England weather. But it seems a lot more normal the last couple of years, our winters.
Yeah.
Because before it was like, man, they were nice and warm. We weren't getting any snow or anything like that to speak of. But yeah. I think the last 2 winters have been more like the winters I remember.
Who you looking forward to meeting in Washington? And working with?
geez, I think Mike Johnson's a pretty sharp dude. I like to hang out with that guy, pick his brain for a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, he's a good guy.
He was leading the charge against the COVID mandates in 2020.
Was he?
Yeah, he was very big in that. He was having hearings about it before I think anybody.
As not to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good speaker. He's really, you can tell he's a smart guy. He's got his act together. So, yeah.
And you said you met Ginta down there?
I met Congressman Ginta down there. Yeah. You just want to talk about the congressional race, what things that he did, what advice he could give me to help me out.
What's he doing down there these days?
He's a lobbyist down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's doing some lobby work.
Who's he lobby for?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, that's basically, you'll be lobbying down there for the medical industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal. You talk about doubling the business in the state of New Hampshire. It's huge. It's huge. Bring a ton of money to the state and good paying jobs to the state.
And the breakthroughs medically. I mean, if you think about it, how many people, they get an injury and then it kind of just slows them down and changes their life forever.
Yeah. And the kind of stuff, like I said, the age diseases, Alzheimer's, diabetes, all that stuff is age related.
Do they have any idea what's causing it?
All the markers and stuff like that. Yeah. That's how they're going to prevent it from happening in the first place.
What's the name of the company?
Oh, there's tons of companies. The only one that I'm familiar with is Epibone. They're the ones that are growing the bone.
They're the one growing the bone.
Yeah, doing the bone and the cartilage stuff.
Huh.
Which is, I think, is next level themselves. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Right now, they have to get FDA approval for every single bone that they do, which is stupid.
Every bone they do?
Yeah. And how many bones are in the human body? 205 or some kind of crazy thing like that?
Not every time they do it, though.
No, not every time they do it, but every bone. Yeah.
Do you know how many bones they've done?
I have no idea. But that's a lot of patents. 205 bones in the human body.
Costs a fortune to get a patent through the FDA, right?
Yeah. The process should be patent, not the specific bone. Right? If you can grow a bone, you can grow a bone. Difference does it make what kind of bone it is. Bone's a bone. So, yeah. Pretty cool. I mean, I think it's super exciting. Yeah.
What are your views on the FDA and how it operates?
As far as what?
Well, for instance, these people have to go through this process to get an approval for each bone.
Yeah.
You want to see it changed to...
I don't know if that's through the FDA, though. Probably. I suppose it could be. I don't know who the licensing person is that does that. It probably would be the FDA now that I'm thinking about it.
It would need approval, right?
Yeah, you would need approval. That would have to change. Like I said, patent the process.
But there's people that work on the FDA board, right, that have worked in the medical industry, but they're usually working for like a big pharma company.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the truth.
So, I mean, we think about the opioid crisis. We know that people that have worked for the FDA have worked for like some of these opioid companies.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad the president did something about the drug prices and brought a lot of them down.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, my inhaler, when I go out of the country, go down to Aruba, I probably pay like $10 for it. Here, with my copay, is $75.
Oh, really?
It's ridiculous. They're gouging Americans on all that kind of stuff.
But I saw Kelly Ayotte talking recently, and she was talking about her opponent that's coming up here this year.
Warmington?
I think so.
Yeah.
And that she worked with the OxyContin company.
Yeah, she continued doing the lobby, telling everyone how great it was and it's non-addictive and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the path she decided to take.
So, if you look at the FDA and that whole controversy around that, like those people are all in bed with each other. Like,
yeah,
shouldn't we put an end to that type of stuff?
I think we should. Yeah.
Because, I mean, a lot of...
Big Pharma's bad. It's not good for Americans. And that's Western medicine, too. We'd rather give you a pill for something than treating it in a different way, which is not good. We have a pill for everything here in the United States.
This is what's crazy about, like, Washington. Anyways, like, every 2 years we have congressional races, so everybody's always just running everybody's always running for office.
It is. It's very frustrating. It should be 4-year terms.
Yeah.
You can't get much done in 2 years.
Even with the presidency, so that's, you can have a lame duck presidency. Like if we lose the midterms, like
they're going to try to impeach him.
They're going to try and impeach Donald Trump, and like what good is going to get done?
Nothing's going to get done.
Yeah, which is crazy, which is unfair to the American people.
That's right. And they need to open the government back up and fund these programs. They need to stop arguing with each other and figure out a path forward. Because all he's doing is hurting Americans right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not a fan of that at all.
Yeah.
I would like to see some kind of solution there. Or even if they could just fund TSA or something like that. Fund everything but ICE. Those sections in the Department of Homeland Security. Fund just certain sections of it. Because it's not fair to people not getting a paycheck and having to go into work.
Mm.
It's ridiculous.
Do you think we should roll back TSA security checks at all?
No, I think it serves its purpose. You get the known traveler and everything like that now. Like I have global entry into the United States, so they have my fingerprints and my records all on file, and it's not a big deal for me to go through customs and everything like that. TSA checks, it's important. Public safety is important.
You don't worry about like the government having all that information stored away.
They probably already have it anyways.
They have it, like it could get hacked or somebody steal your information through
that happens all the time now.
I know.
Right? But with all these companies, pharmacy companies and stuff like that, they're getting hacked all the time, and your personal information's all over the dark web.
Just the credit card companies alone.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody has to use their social security number to open up a bank account.
Yeah.
And before, the whole point of the social security number was supposed to be your private identification with the government, and nobody was supposed to have it. And now they use it like a password.
Yep. So that's not good. We want real IDs for voting. Hopefully the SAVE Act gets passed. I want to see that happen. I think that's important. In New Hampshire, we just passed a law in January. I don't think the governor signed it yet, but we're not going to allow college students to vote in our elections anymore. If you're a college student from outside of New Hampshire, you're not going to be allowed to vote in our elections.
That's good.
It's the way it should be. Because I can tell you in Ward 7, on like election days, they bust those kids in. All of a sudden, a busload of college students shows up, and they all go vote in our elections to screw up our elections.
Wow.
Get an absentee ballot from your own state and vote in your own state, however you want to vote. But don't mess with New Hampshire.
So the SAVE Act, you need a real ID to vote?
Yep.
You can't just use
You need to be an American citizen and have a real ID.
I don't have a real ID.
Well, it's proof.
I have a license.
Well, that's a real ID.
Not mine.
Oh?
No.
No.
I declined it.
A license is going to be fine.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Or a passport or something like that.
But I didn't get the real ID. I've been opposed to it since I passed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
Well, I do a lot of traveling, so.
Yeah. What's the difference between the two? You just have a star in your license? I think it holds more info.
I think it just costs you an extra $20.
I don't trust it.
I don't know. I don't know what there is not to trust. But whatever. It's an ID. They're trying to make it as secure as possible.
Yeah. But it's never secure enough, it feels like.
It never will be. They're always changing and adapting. It's like a currency. They're always changing it, making it more counterfeit proof. Yeah.
What do you think? Have you looked into central bank digital currency at all?
Digital currency.
Central bank digital currency?
That's scary. I don't know that I'd really trust digital currency. Plus, it's not backed by anything.
Neither is our currency.
Yeah, well, that's why you want to audit the Federal Reserve. I don't know. The crypto's kind of scary.
You don't own any crypto?
I do not own any crypto. And I think crypto there's a lot of abuse that could happen with the crypto too. Drug cartels and all that kind of junk, moving money easily around the world. So, it has its advantages, just like anything else, and it has its disadvantages. But I don't see a state having a digital currency. I know they tried doing something like that here in New Hampshire, and I'm like, there's only one currency in the United States, and that's the United States government. That's it. So, if they're going to do it, they're going to have to do it federally, I would think.
Well, that's the point of the central bank digital currency. Yeah. Like they'll probably call it Fed coin or something like that.
What? Fed coin?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Have you had any contact with the Trump administration?
No. I know they're watching. Well, my GC in Washington They've reached out to him a couple times, so they're paying attention to the campaign. They're paying attention to what's going on. So we know when they're liking what I'm doing.
Good.
And, that endorsement that I got from Bruce Breton, that's going to be huge.
How's fundraising been?
It's a lot of work. It's on the phone 30 or 40 hours a week, making phone calls and talking to people, but it's coming along.
Really?
So, yeah, we're raising money.
What kind of people are you calling?
Just people that donated to Kelly Ayotte, people that donated to the Mayor Rouet, people that donated to Chuck Morris when Chuck Morris ran, people that donated to John Stevens. It's all public information, these people that donated. So just going down through the list, calling people and having conversations with people, meeting them for coffee if they want to meet for coffee, and just getting your name recognition out there. And it's a grind.
Yeah.
It's the one thing that I hate the most about doing. Other thing, I love everything else that I'm doing, but making those phone calls, man, and just begging for money kind of sucks.
Does it?
Yeah, it's a grind.
What does it entail? Like when you call somebody, like what did you pitch?
Pitches, hey, this is State Representative Brian Cole. I catch you at a bad time. They say no. I said I'm running for Congress, and you got a couple minutes to talk about the campaign. And if they say yes, then we sit there and we talk about it. I've had some great conversations.
Yeah.
I've only had a couple people that are just like, no, don't even want to talk to you. But a lot of it's leaving just voicemails and stuff like that. Then I follow up with a text showing them the website and everything like that so they can see what I'm about. And we've had some follow up there too. So it's just part of what you do. Yeah. So got to get that money.
Yeah.
I think you need between like $500,000 and $600,000 for the primary.
The primary?
Yeah, that's where I need to be.
And then once you win the primary, does that unlock?
Once you win the primary, that unlocks all the national money.
Through the RNC?
Yeah, through the RNC and the RNCC. So it's almost like a catch-22, which is extremely frustrating. They don't want to give, so there's 4 of us in the race right now. They don't want to give one candidate the money because they want to make sure that they back the person that's going to win the primary. So they're going to wait till the primary in order to give that federal dollars.
Right.
But once you make the primary, then that money should just open right up. Because this is a tier 1 race. New Hampshire's a tier 1 race. They want to win these seats. They want to win Congress seat and they want to win the Senate seat. So we're at the top of the list here in New Hampshire. And man, I think I got a good shot.
How much do you think how much money do you think will be spent once it's all said and done?
Oh my God, millions. I know I'll be outspent, but I mean, hopefully after I win the primary, I can raise at least another couple million, $2 to $3 million, somewhere in there.
Any idea what the Democrats are planning for their strategy?
I mean, they're going to they always outraise everybody, and they have all kinds of money. But right now, I mean, hopefully they're going to start beating up on each other. That Morris Sullivan and Stephanie Shaheen start throwing daggers. So they're usually good at that.
So the announcement there's nothing official about your announcement other than that you said you're going to run?
Right.
Okay. And then June is when you file.
Yeah. And we're doing our FEC filings or like that with the federal government. I had to hire an accountant for that.
Really?
Yeah, well, you don't want to screw that up because it's like a $50,000 fine, $100,000 fine.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with that. So.
Because it's a federal election?
Yeah. They really pay attention to what you're doing. Make sure you're doing it right. Yeah, you're under scrutiny.
What do you have to report? Everything?
Your donors, your income, your expenses, all that kind of stuff.
That should be pretty simple though, right?
It is pretty simple, but how the filing gets done, when the reports need to be done, just not something you want to mess around with.
No.
So you're better off to have somebody that knows what they're doing do it for you. I've learned that in life.
But aren't you an accountant?
Yeah. I know, but I don't know the federal FAC laws. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you that.
Yeah.
It would be too easy for me to miss something and screw it up. So
how much have you raised so far?
260.
260. And then when do you announce again? Like
the end of this month, so the report will come out mid-April.
So that number's going up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You confident that it's going to have it's going to go up a good amount?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. We'll find out when the report gets done. I don't see the win-win deposits and all that kind of stuff. A lot of that's all automated.
Yeah.
And we just did a big mailer, so we're waiting for the revenues to come in on that mailer too. We just sent out 15,000 pieces of mail. So.
And how do you decide who those mailers go out to?
Those are the top donors in the state.
Top donors?
Yep. Yep. So try to target that audience.
Mm-hmm.
So let them know who I am. Hopefully they want to support the campaign.
What amount of money consider somebody a top donor?
They can give up to $7,000.
Yeah.
$3,500 for the general and $3,500 for after the primary.
Oh, okay.
And that's how they get split up. But we can take money beyond that too because we have a PAC. So
Okay.
somebody wants to cut a $50,000 check. Yeah, $7,000 will go to the campaign. The other $43,000 will go to the PAC.
Oh, that's how that works.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
And have you done any TV ads or?
No, TV. Most of it's all been on Facebook and OTT and that kind of stuff. A lot of the static images. We've done a lot of digital texting. This is the third mailer that we've done.
I know I've seen some of your videos you've done.
We've done a lot. Trying to do a lot. I'm trying to do one every single morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, just on what's happening around and current events and that kind of stuff. So we've been doing a lot of that too. But yeah, we've recorded a lot. Man, I'm telling you, 4 or 5 nights a week, I'm out and about doing this, talking to people. And so I'm working as hard as I possibly can to get my message out there and let people know who I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people do you have working on your campaign?
3.
3.
Yep. General consultant, campaign manager, and then we got a communications guy.
Yep.
Yep.
Now are those all volunteers?
No, they're paid.
They're paid?
Mm-hmm.
Do you take volunteers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody wants to help me out with the campaign. I'd love to have your help.
Yeah.
Go to colfornh.com and contact us.
Yeah.
Let us know, we need people. We're going to need people in every single city or town that's in the CD to hold signs and stuff like that on election day. I want to coordinate people in the counties and stuff like that. It's a lot. It's a lot to do. So you need to have a lot of people involved in it and helping you out. And I've had a lot of people, we've got a big list of volunteers. So we'll start utilizing them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you announced in July, right?
Yeah, August, yeah.
August?
Beginning of August.
Okay. And you've done a lot of TV too, the interviews.
Yeah, I've done a couple WMR close-up interviews.
And
those have been fun. People come up to me and they're like, you're the only person that actually answers the questions. I'm like, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like everyone else skirts the issues or they talk about something else or they dodge might as well know where I'm at. Might as well know where my head's at. So I just answer them directly as possibly can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had a event with pretty much every other candidate, right? And the Senate candidates were there too. Was that last week?
Yeah, that was interesting. That was a good event.
Was that a debate or just a questionnaire? Or
it was kind of. It wasn't really a debate. It was more like a town hall.
Yeah.
They gave us like 3 questions ahead of time that we knew, and then they took random questions from the audience and they asked us our points of view on those random questions.
How do you think you did compared to the other candidates?
I think I aced it.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that knows what I'm talking about. So, I mean, it helps, right? All right, I've got the knowledge, I got the institutional knowledge up there for what I've been doing. So, I mean, for me to talk about different issues and different bills and how what we're doing up at the Statehouse is affecting them and how that translates to what I can do for them in Washington. Yeah, I have a huge edge.
Now, have you noticed that people, when you tell them that you're actually a legislator, do you think that's helped them sway towards you more?
I would hope so. I mean, you want somebody that can be effective and can work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can reach across the aisle, get some consensus going. The first term that I was up there, State House was 202 to 198.
Yeah.
So if you didn't work with people on the other side of the aisle, you weren't going to get anything accomplished in those 2 years.
Yeah.
So I learned how to work with the other side. I learned how to be firm, say no when I didn't agree with them. But I would say 85% of the time, we all agree on everything up there. Just the 15% is divisive.
What do you think the most divisive issues are? Like, what creates that division? Like, why is it? Because it seems like there's an extreme on one side or an extreme on the other side. Like, what do you think it is, like, the core of it?
Just how they want to spend the money and how they want to get it. The other side thinks it's just an open pocketbook where you should be able to spend. Our side is more conservative. Like, well, this is your budget. This is where you have to live within your means. And we don't want to raise taxes on people. We don't want an income tax in the state of New Hampshire. That's why it's such a nice state. It's an affordable state.
Yeah.
So,
because I know locally, even at our local meetings, when the issue of schools come up, local Democrats will sit there and say that the state's not spending enough money on schools.
Right. Even though we're spending more than we ever have.
Yeah, but at the same time, I know if, let's say, the state started taxing us more and spending more money on schools, does that mean that our local taxes are going to go down?
No.
Probably not.
No, they're going to go up. Of course they're going to go up.
So,
The problem with the education system, it's not a monetary problem. It's a policy problem. Until you change the policy, it's not going to change. I don't care how much money you throw at it. So a perfect example of that is they banned cell phones in schools, right? That's a policy decision. All of a sudden, grades started going up. Shocker, because kids aren't on their phone. Did we have to pay for that? That didn't cost us any extra money out of our pocket. That's a policy thing. Teach people how to read English. Teach people how to do math. Give them the basic skills that they need. That's what they have to get back to. None of this DII crap and all that other junk. Another thing that I would cut out is like the state of New Hampshire has 104 SAUs in the state. The city of Los Angeles has 1. So I propose that we should have 1 SAU per county and 1 for the city of Manchester, 1 for Nashua. That's where all your fat is in the school budget. Your school budget, half of it should not be administration. It should be about 10% of your school budget should be administration. The rest should be teaching kids and maintaining the property. So you could cut out so much money if you got rid of 90 SAUs here in the state of New Hampshire, because we don't need them. You don't need a superintendent for a school that only has 400 kids. It's ridiculous. Makes no sense.
That's some legislation that came through the Statehouse.
We're working on it, yeah.
It hasn't been
approved yet.
Oh, really?
No, but it's going through.
I thought that already went through.
It's probably going to the Senate now. Probably made it through the House.
Okay.
Yeah. Our crossover is next week, so all the Senate bills are going to come to the House, and all the House bills are going to go to the Senate.
Okay.
And then we do all the hearings and everything like that on those bills.
Did you co-sponsor that?
No, I did not.
No. That was Dan McGuire's bill.
Correct.
Yeah, he was here.
Yep.
A couple months ago.
Yeah. He's a smart cookie.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, he's good with money.
Yeah. So how was it down at the Statehouse when you had those marathon days?
That was in my 4 years there. A couple weeks ago was the longest I had ever been there that late at night. Like it was almost 10 o'clock at night. That was long, man. That's a grind. That was tough, but we got through it. Hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Do you remember any of it?
I just remember going through a lot of bills. I mean, fortunately this year we have like a 40-point majority, 40-person majority up at the House. So we've pretty much had our way, the way we want to get things done. So, I mean, of course, the Democrats tried their stall tactics and all that kind of junk, but we got through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you got any predictions this year for the state?
I think we'll maintain the House, the Senate, and the governorship. Kelly's doing a good job, right? They have a supermajority in the Senate now, so, I mean, I hope they don't lose any seats, but if they do, they still have a strong majority. And the House, as far as the state reps go, we just got to work hard and make sure we have people running in all the positions that we possibly can.
Yeah.
We should be able to maintain that majority. It's been all Republican for an awful long time. We just haven't had anybody in Congress for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense. So we have to energize our voters and get them out to vote on election day. And hopefully my messaging is middle of the road enough to bring a lot of the independents along with me. I'm the only one talking about actual solutions, how to help people out, right? I believe in affordability. All right, great. How are you going to do it? What's your plan? Nobody's got a plan. I'm the only one talking about energy, which is a direct factor in affordability. So, yeah. I can't wait to debate. It's going to be fun.
You got a debate coming up in April.
Yeah, we have one coming up. And then, but like a big debate between the Republicans, like on WMR or something like that. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
So you were the chair of the Manchester Republicans?
Yep, Manchester Republican Committee in 23 and 24. 23, we flipped Manchester red for the first time in 36 years. Got Rue elected, and he had a Republican board, automatic board.
What are some things that other committees, county committees or town committees can do that you would recommend that you did to do that?
I mean, it's recruiting, getting good candidates. We always told the candidates, just be yourself. People like you, they'll vote for you, not necessarily for your politics. So, I mean, you don't have to be fake or anything like that. I would say definitely come up with a platform so everyone knows what they're doing. Come up with some training, stuff like that. You've got Turning Point Action here in New Hampshire now. They'll help out with door knocking and stuff like that. So reach out to those organizations. Reach out to Americans for Prosperity. Maybe they can help you out. they do trainings themselves. Sometimes they'll do mailers on people's behalf. If they think the candidate has a good shot, they'll try to help them out that way. There's a lot of things that can be done. We have the PAC to get state representatives elected here in New Hampshire. They have a ton of money, so they're in good shape with that. They'll be doing mailers and doing digital and anything like that for people. So you need to reach out to the majority office up at the Statehouse. I would definitely do that. But just stay in constant contact with people. You can't just say, hey, you want to run, and then give them a slap on the butt and say, good luck, right? You got to support them. You got to support them a little bit financially if you could do a mailer or something like that on their behalf, or do some digital texting or something like that on their behalf, or, if you can do some training or what have you. Yeah. There's a lot that can be done to help the candidates out. A lot of it's education, telling them what their platform is. As long as everyone's on the same page as far as what the important issues are, you should be okay. Yeah. And I'd be happy to go talk to any committee that needs a hand with that kind of stuff and help them get organized. Be more than happy to do that.
A lot of work to do this year.
It's a lot of work to do, but it's good work. It's to me, it's not work, so I'm having fun with it.
Where can people find your information?
Cole for NH, Cole, the number 4, NH.com. All my positions are there. We have a bunch of videos there. You can donate to the campaign there. You can volunteer for the campaign there. If you want a yard sign, you can sign up for that. You want to do an endorsement, you can do that. We have over 100 active state reps endorse me now. So that's by far and away more than anybody else. So, Speaker of the House has endorsed me. Deputy Speaker of the House. Those are big endorsements. That Bruce Breton, that's a huge endorsement with the Trump stuff. So, yeah, I feel good about it. I have a lot of good support in a lot of good places.
Good.
Yeah.
Brian, thanks for stopping by again.
Thanks for having me.
So
this was fun.
Yeah, hope you come back.
Yeah, I will.
And if you win the primary, then
when I win the primary.
When you win the primary.
There we go.
It'd be good to see you again.
Yeah, it'll be good.
All right.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.